for the action.
Hugh, it's certainly not set in stone just yet. The teams still need to battle it out in this final match coming in. We've seen it, we've heard it. There's a couple of teams really just getting at the heels of the team within that top 8 currently. There we need to really focus on what they can achieve this time.
Playing will be favourable to everybody. Generally speaking, you'll be able to go to your home position, your home location, get the gear you need, get the loot. Because this is it, once it's all said and done, your top 8 will be moving on, and your bottom 8, unfortunately, well, they're going bye-bye and going home. At the moment, the teams that are clinching on the edge, I want to say, 6th, 7th, Unity and Digital Athletics, respectively, 62 and 61. AVANGAR have now extended a bit of a lead in 5th position with 74, so a nice 12-point gap. Further afield, Tornado, Reciprocity, 58, both respectively. 1 point, though, 1 kill with Tornado Energy, which puts them actually above and Rec outside into the disqualification zone. CrowCrowd, Vitality, Raise Your Edge, all 55, 54, and 53 points. And then things start to get a little bit more difficult for the Knights and so on and so forth further afield, as they're on 45 points in 13th place.
So that's going to break that down and talk about who can jump where and what the potential possibilities are of, you know, who could potentially help someone out, who could potentially, you know, gatekeep or maybe position to get the team that they prefer in towards that top 8 position. Because, as I said, there are the 2 big names that kind of look like after today's Erangel matches are in potential, I guess, catching area. What needs to happen? Who can help them out? We've got a Southeast Circle coming in. Let's focus on the teams that can move here and just very plainly who can jump.
So I think in terms of teams that really can't move, I think we can knock out instantly Desperado's now being 7. 1, 2, 3, leave them be. It's job done. I think in terms of, if we remember back to Face It at the end, once the points were all said and done, the money was out of the way. It came down to a region race, looking for those regional spots. Yeah. I think in terms of region now, we need a homer down in 15th. You know, I don't want to suggest anything, but if they were looking to help out some other team, because they simply cannot make it, in my opinion, it would be a hell of a game. They need at least 20 kills in the bag, plus the win 30 points to even make it close. You're looking at who's on the cups there. Tornado Energy and Reciprocity are just behind Digital Athletics. If you're speaking about Turkish teams, so to speak, 15th and 7th. DA are just on the edge and potentially just about to get knocked out, and their previous game, Lauren, was a 16th place finish.
Exactly that, but I do also want to highlight how close in proximity they currently are to Reciprocity as well. Digital Athletics play just south in Miramar, and you got Reciprocity just up to the north. So this could be quite a tough one, actually, for both of these teams coming out of this, because they're going to be on the edge. They're going to have Vitality rotating past, the Knights coming past, you've got AVANGAR potentially being obnoxious about it, and how they're going to hold it in. They could really make a nuisance of themselves.
AVANGAR just over by the boxing ring, you'll see them chilling. We need a home. This will be the water treatment plant. Not much to be said over here. A fair amount of space. Circle is down south, so nobody will be behind them. La Cabrera, El Pozo, dead zones at the moment. Same for Torre Amada and Cruz de Val. In front of them, there's a fair amount of a bit of a task. If they want to interject themselves into the circle, Desperados are up in Minas Generales. They will hold the line. Unity, We Need a Home, Red Diamonds, Raise Your Edge, they're all clamped together and they have to work their way through. I think for Tornado Energy going Campo Militar, this will also be a difficult one. Melman's already on the scout, so to speak. That most easternly road might be their entry point to the circle, but they need to be very aware. And again, if they've been playing this a while and doing their homework, they should know that Besiktas holds Impala. Besiktas, a very wide 4-man split. We'll keep telling you how these things are going to be playing out on the map at the moment. Los Leones, you've got 2 teams, backside of 7, and the full 4-man stack from CrowCrowd. And then as we look towards the west, you kind of touched on it early game. When we're looking towards the Knights, Vitality, Reciprocity, the teams that are under in the same area at the moment in time, they'll have the more difficult task. You've got one team holding down Kumasera. You've got AVANGAR in Picado. I think we didn't really touch on that as much. They've essentially pushed out Rex. That's one of their generally home positions. So
which could be quite a problem, honestly.
Yeah, I've only just kind of realised that one, that they have pushed Reciprocity out. So a nice aggressive stance from them, which forces Rec into a bit of a bottleneck because they have to run the road now, go get the gear.
And they're about to kind of potentially come past Digital Athletics.
Yep.
We're going to be one of the teams. These two are basically looking to leapfrog over each other. Reciprocity would need to get ahead of Digital Athletics, who currently hold that position that they desperately want to get in towards. So if we do see those two getting close to each other, we'll definitely have a little look. It looks like Digital Athletics are still getting to the vehicles. They're potentially moving elsewhere. They're starting to go to maybe a more central spot or something they really want to get in their hands. Vitality still out looting themselves. They're going to be eventually probably coming in the same avenue as Reciprocity and Digital Athletics themselves. If they go north, it's AVANGAR and Unity. To the south, Na'Vi hold that territory with M19 not far off either.
Se7en, Besiktas, 3rd and 4th. They're pretty safe with this circle, so the simple fact that it's almost identical over their loot locations at the moment, so they're good. CrowCrowd, where have they dropped? Okay, so they actually dropped out of the top 8 and moved down into 10th. It's still a team that could make some noise and ring some bells. Desperado, though, they're in the middle. At the moment, there's nothing to lose. They've qualified. For them, it's have some fun and set an aggressive stance here. So they could potentially do what happened in phase number 1 when we got to the last game, and we just saw ENCE win back-to-back matches and just trash everybody because there's no fear. There's nothing to lose at this point. You're just putting on a show for the crowd at home and everyone watching.
Yeah.
So maybe watch out for the Desperados literally just not giving a damn and going hunting for players and having a bit of fun here.
It's, of course, for a place in those finals. Top 8 go through, they move forward and keep tabs on the teams that can move. There are other kills, but if it's from teams that are already secured, I'm not going to be so worried about it. But at this point, we've seen so many times, oh, here we go, Reciprocity. That's Scoom getting attention from Digital Athletics. This is the fight that we were kind of discussing could potentially boil over. Now, I'm pretty sure Reciprocity do not have the best of loot here, considering they got pushed out of their loot spot. They've been kind of forced into those surrounding areas that are far from rife with the loot they'll be after. Now, they're holding the north side of the circle, or the road, should I say, not the circle, and Digital Athletics have the south. Vitality are coming in on the same road, and AVANGAR aren't too far away. They're in the north. They took Picado. So, again, it's a lot of pressure being put towards Reciprocity, bless them. They are not having a comfortable game here. And if they go too far to the east, you have Unity waiting. And
there's several kind of points to expand on that one. First of all, Leones, Impala, Bendita, all these big major areas, even maybe down Puerto Paraiso if someone wants to go that way. All these main cities have already been looted. They're going to be empty. So they'll have to scavenge their way through this one and pick up what they can. And all the little compounds, the little houses. Basically, poor man's loot and playing off the back of that. And the other big thing is that all these mini locations, they're not exactly prime territory. You're at the wit's end when it comes to rotation. Once you move out from those areas, it's such an open ground, and some of these areas on Miramar, yes, you have the dips, the divots, the rocks, the topography, the terrain to play off the back of, but it's a really, really sparse, open playing field. The teams like REC and Vitality, you don't want to be losing players early.
Oof, no. And that bike has some sort of protection ward over that. They do manage to get away perfectly fine. And again, if you guys normally do know this, you know where people like to go. REC did not get Picado. It was AVANGAR who got there. I don't know if that was a calculated move or something we expected to see, but Reciprocity are engaging towards Unity. Unity are to the north of Los Leones. I don't know how much pressure they're going to be under. They do have CrowCrowd to their east, but again, it's hard to tell how far apart these teams are really. I think the Unity are safe enough. There could be a potential bit of pressure. But a little update, here you go. You guys get to see everything now. Na'Vi in the south. Vitality went south rather than continue up the main road east. You have M19, similar direction. The eastern side is Besiktas territory with potentially Tornado over there as well. Another one of the teams we need to keep our eyes on. They're one of the ones tied up, looking quite good at the moment.
Knights can just see and feel this one out, where the players are going to be with the line of sight they're giving off this ridge line. Again, having a quick check over at Picado, Drayden's POV. I'll see the remnants of AVANGAR pushing out. Shadow actually takes a bullet to the back of the head. That'll do some damage and force him down. The rest of Vitality across the road, so split the resources here. Shadow better get himself back up and sorted. Not a problem for that.
Wow.
Oh my God. Did this game just get spicy?
Right, let's talk about it. Let's see who's in the best positions. If I'm completely honest, the one that really stands out to me is that Tornado are very well situated. Pretty much central now, and they're one of the teams that are tied on 58 points with Reciprocity looking to break in towards that top position, try and get themselves to the finals. This is incredible for them. They will be happy about this. They need to really make the choices count now. Do they go 2-2? Do they get that perfect position they're going to be eyeing up? Just bear in mind, that water won't be in there forever, but Besiktas are on the way. We do have Se7en en route, Vitality en route, Na'Vi. These are the first teams that were quite close to the circle, now heading through. Got Digital Athletics heading through Leones, CrowCrowd slide to the north of it, Red Diamonds. Now, who are the southern teams? Reciprocity, M19. This is going to be a very, very tricky circle now.
A hard shift at this stage in the game, and keeping about 40%, maybe 35% water in play is absolutely brutal. Besiktas are going to push up onto Puerto Paraiso.
But they're also pushing up on Tornado.
Yeah, Tornado are in there, and Tornado are currently sitting in 8th place. So if they go down from this one, if Besiktas remove them. Now remember, this has actually happened to Besiktas before. Back in Minsk, they were 8th place going into their final game, and they went out in 16th and did not qualify for the Pro League. Tornado Energy staring down the barrel of the grand finals here. Vitality have made it into the center of the circle. God knows how. But they found an open route, which gives a bit of a breathing space for Reciprocity. They'll follow through as well and be able to touch the edge of the circle. Na'Vi, they found 7. And this is just going to be stupidly condensed. Unity have actually found We Need a Home all the way up in the north, just below Impala. That's an absolute bottleneck of a position here. Unity have the higher ground. And essentially, We Need a Home. This is going to be really bad. They either get pinned back and do nothing, or maybe it's an option to re-rotate. I think if they go forward, they essentially die.
They're going to have to make up their mind, so they cannot just keep committing to the same avenue of approach. They're going to get absolutely done for. So this is going to bode poorly for them. We need to look at M19 here. They are pulling up in the similar direction to Na'Vi. That's in the southwest. That was something we expected to see to a degree, but D-Match just commits to that. Na'Vi, best of luck, of course they're going to find that comfortably. These guys don't need more kills. They are very happy currently in 2nd position. They're going to be racking up more points. And on the other side of things, again, it's going to be those teams that we're looking at. We Need a Home are pulling up here near Unity. So I might have just been able to get away on that eastern road for now.
The problem is that Raise Your Edge is coming in directly behind them. Raise Your Edge might get away with murder here, and the fact that Unity and both We Need a Home actually commit to pulling away from the fight completely. Best of luck continues his assault onto M19, pulls out its fist. This could be a little bit of a... No, that's just going to go for confirmation. That's fine. Razor Edge is holding back for a second. Fast Rail, we have to say, being the IGL, you would assume coming from the previous roster, the only one that's remnants from Phase 1. Still playing a bit of a late game. Not a fan of it myself because it puts them at the mercy of the blue and the teams that are going to be in front of you when you get to the circle. Desperados, AVANGAR, still yet to make it. They're over on the west side also. Center at the moment, CrowCrowd, very clever. 2-2 split, which gives them more ground for the next shift. If Water's still in this, so we go into the next one, you can predict where the circle's going to go because Circle 4 will have the modifier.
Yeah, absolutely spot on. Couple of shots coming out towards Se7en Esports, but that's again from Na'Vi. If we can look at this in an exciting term, of course, we love seeing Na'Vi doing well. But the point is that they are up in 2nd place with around, what, 91 points or so. They're very, very comfortable. Again, that top 3 is relatively comfy. New circle comes in. It is going to be removing a lot of that water, so a little bit left over by the port. As we do see the shots going through from We Need a Home. That's towards Besiktas, and the answer is there. This is a grudge match, to say the least. Tomel does find 1, but where is the push back here? That is going to be putting a smile on Rita's face, I'm sure of it. Tomel going down there. Besiktas do hold the high ground, though. This could still go poorly. This could fall apart. We Need a Home need to not overextend. Rita needs to fall back to her squad and try and consolidate things here, because Besiktas are out for blood. They want to avenge their fallen teammate, and here we go. Ultra on the move, Lux on the move, Simsy holding the ground that they stand on, but is this too aggressive? Are they going to get punished, or do they not care at this point?
There is a grenade in hand, so it may do some damage, but I like the extension here from Ultra. I'll take the left-hand side, might just catch a glimpse of Mimo lingering. Holds it for now. That's a decent headshot as well. Forces the sniper man back. The Ranger has to hit the deck. The grenade goes up. Will it be confirmed here? Mimo's got one in his hands as well to try and answer. Still, the bombardment and the barrage will continue through. Pollar's just pulled back, which basically keeps Besiktas at bay from a wide angle. But you mentioned about getting over Zealous, Lauren.
There it is.
They need to be really careful because Raise Your Edge will hear all this. They are still lingering down on that road. If they interject themselves in this fight while it's mid-battle, they could wipe out both teams here.
They absolutely could, and that'd be some very well-needed points for Raise Your Edge. I would say, though, Besiktas up in 4th are pretty safe in this, so they can commit to a degree. It scares me, but that can be another time for a discussion. For now, Na'Vi and Desperados are clashing, and that is going to be a beautiful battle. This is the top 2 teams about to clash, and Na'Vi are again just having that hot game. They haven't lost a player at this point. Bestbox a little tagged up, but It doesn't matter. A doozy. big positioning. Fast Real and Minox have turned up on the scene. Lux goes down, Ultra goes down. And that is exactly what you said was going to happen. Rita stealing that kill off towards Simsy as well. Getting that one in the pocket has eliminated Besiktas. They are still up in 4th, so it shouldn't change too much in the way they stand about things. But that's quite an early time to go down here. That could potentially open up some bits of movement here.
I can just imagine the smile on her face, taking down Tomlin and then giving them a 15th place at the end to finish off the final player. Raise Your Edge, they do step up at the right time and sneak 2 out of their hands. We did say they need as many points as humanly possible, so they've got to press the advantage here, maybe take the fight onto We Need a Home. They've got themselves back up to a 4-man stack, and that's absolutely fine, but they will be damaged. They've been interjected in 2 fights now. How we go about this next one will be interesting. The circle's still pretty safe for many teams. Navi have rung a few dinner bells down in the south. There is some attention to them from Reciprocity. AVG, AVANGAR directly on their back, though. 7 in front. We go to the north.
Wow.
Okay. Let's have a look at who's safe then. Raise Your Edge are going to be absolutely laughing. Same goes for Tornado Energy. The teams that have to do some work here. AVANGAR, safe, they're fine. Navi, easy lobby for them. Vitality and Reciprocity still at the mercy of these hard shifts. Still have to do so much work. Digital Athletics have come across the road. They're basically just going to play spoiler and bouncer to every team that wants to come up from the south.
Yeah, but that's a really dangerous move to be making. You've still got the 2 players ahead of you with Senya being there and such and so on. CrowCrowd are actually moving to have 2 players almost gatekeeping here. And CrowCrowd are one of the teams within that top 10 position who could potentially do some damage. Digital Athletics, I like the idea, but the idea could potentially be quite tricky to commit to. If they're feeling confident, go for it. I like that. But if it backfires, you've only got yourself to blame at this point. Let's see if A Beautiful Death can deliver something stunning over towards Reciprocity. And Reciprocity are on the move. They've had enough of that. They're going north. Really good rotation from them, actually, finding some really nice room, avoiding that battle here. And Na'Vi, I would not want to be near these guys. You may pick them up, but you know they're going to do some damage. This is going to be Tornado Energy, and that's actually quite imperative for these guys. M19 are there. We do see We Need a Home continuing having a good game, and, well, the player behind him has no idea he's in this building. Elite player does not want to make a noise. He will not engage. He will wait as late as he can. This is a scary battle. Currently, Digital Athletics hold the side that will have the circle being beneficial towards them. The issue is, Na'Vi are terrifying right now. They are the beasts. We do see We Need a Home folding towards Raise Your Edge. That would be Memo picking up a couple of kills.
That's
decent shots towards the back lines there of Na'Vi.
Oh no.
Raise Your Edge have gone down. Big loss for them. That's them done. They're already quite low down. They're in 12th position. They're one of the lower end teams if they were going to do it. Rita's nade did find Memo, and then that's not ideal. Anyway, Na'Vi on the move. Hot on the heels of Digital Athletics. They're moving in. Tornado Energy need teams up. They need to get points on the board if they want to push themselves further up here.
We touched on it at the start of this one, We Need a Home, literally. For me, they needed a monstrous game to go into this one. Generally at 36 points, you wouldn't expect them to be qualifying for the grand finals. For them, they don't give a damn. They might as well go and have some fun, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're taking out 2 teams back to back. Snoopy catches Shadow, he's down low. As Verin does answer back to Nas across the road. See wrong, he's down, he's dead. Nasus is confirmed there. We've got 2 battles on 2 different fronts, Lauren. This is chaos ensuing.
The biggest part here is that Vitality are in trouble. They are getting pressured, and they're one of the teams, again, looking to jump up higher, try and kind of do some more damage for themselves here as well after that good start. Nade's coming through towards Digital Athletics, who currently are one of the gatekeepers here. If they go down, this opens up the table. A Beautiful Death goes down. It's Babaki to fall. This is not going good. You've got 2 players remaining. Na'Vi are out for blood. They look hungry. Senya is down. He's being picked up. I'm not sure who's going to third party it. It's a AVANGAR. A doozy still stands, though. Na'Vi have nothing to lose. They're basically a wild animal with the chain just taken off. Just set them in there. There is nothing scarier than that. Now, at the point of this is, if they keep going on that southern swing, Vitality are down there too. We do see the Knights being picked up. Drayden falls. Zaki, all these players are going down. A doozy has been found by Mert, though. That could potentially slow the roll here. We are seeing Mert confirming what he started, and that keeps Digital Athletics safe for now. But that southern side is still an absolute massacre.
As Verin's found Kramer with a nade. We'll move over to Wanted's POV. This is in one of the big hangers. Nicer on his right-hand side. Needs to be careful. He doesn't get too aggressive with a hard push. Wants every single point. Needs to make it count, but you don't want to be giving yourself up just like that. Maxi, M24 in hand. You'd completely expect it. Noctiv goes down. Good points here from Vitality. That's 2 for 2. Melman actually steps in, though. Steals it away. Now, remember that Tornado, they're just on the edge in 8th place, so a steal like that is massive, and especially taken away from Vitality, who are behind them in 9th. That's a huge play.
Yeah, it absolutely is. I want to stay on board with Vitality if we can. 3 of them standing. Krema's already down low, but going to be committing towards this. And uh-oh, the nades are looking pretty deadly. Maxis has done enough, but we are seeing the red diamonds go down in the meantime. They've lost out on Krema again, but look who's turned up. It's Na'Vi. The absolute beasts from the East are playing so well so far. They are down to Pokemon and Bestalog, but it doesn't matter. They've already got 7 kills in this game out of nowhere. And this is going to keep pressure building towards Vitality, who are playing in the south side. You do have Tornado splitting a fair amount, trying to keep themselves in this one, getting a lot of pressure towards the east. That's against Se7en. Pokemon desperate for this. There's no one there.
Rec have been playing very casual and very slow, but very preemptive.
Yeah, Set's not far away from one of them, though.
No, but he's on his own, and they just do not see him at all. CrowCrowd. That's going to be them done, not making the grand finals. A Pro League team missing out. Melman still continuing.
This is huge. This is points in the bag.
For these guys, that's exactly what they need, right? It's moved them up into 6th place.
It 100% has. So let's look across the board. What do we have going on at this point? We have Vitality kind of, I guess, easing out a little bit. They still have Na'Vi around, which is always deadly. You do have a couple of teams to the east, but they're okay until they move central. Reciprocity taking a bit of a northwestern side. They need more kills. That's what they need here. They need to send Haxedi in there, get that man going. He feels like he's having a good game. That's what you want having to happen. But Unity still stand, and they're one of the gatekeepers within that top 8 position. Nade came through. Haxedi looks hungry, but he falls back. Does not want to overextend, especially with Unity knocking the door. You can't really see it here because the camera doesn't quite show it, but trust me, they are definitely in the background. Tornado, though, are really going off now.
Neds will continue forward. Tornado up to 6. Unity drop down to 8th. DA still clinging on. The D alive. There is 2 players there. Shiv is overextending a little bit. I can see it on the map and getting more center into this map. 3 players and a 3-1 split for Rec. We Need a Home have actually centralized up with Digital Athletics. We said there could be a chance that We Need a Home just go hard and stop some of the teams in the lower section. It's actually happened.
But look at Tornado jumping up there as well. 6th position for them is huge. They were tied down there initially in 8th position. They've pushed up. That's a big game. That's a big amount of kills. And they've made it even harder for the likes of Digital Athletics, Unity. And speaking of Unity, here they come. Wanted on the other side. He's going to be wanting to stay alive, but he can't do it. The Knights come over. And actually, was it Unity?
That wakes up Rec, though. All Rec have now just turned and faced towards Unity. They've had a knock. They have to move forward and into the white. They are continuing forward. You've got DA directly in front of them. Rec is the kind of the team that could be the spoiler here.
Keep those standings up, please. That's what I want to see. They could absolutely be spoiler here.
My God, this is going to be so close. Vitality have only lost 1. But Na'Vi are feeling it. And when you've got a team... Oh, Shiv's getting close. Can we have Shiv's POV? They're literally just on the... Here we go. This is what we want to see.
They're just prone down. They've seen it, though. Mert's seen this. Uh-oh, Skoom, Shiv, they are in trouble. How does this happen?
Turn.
They're not checking it. Mert stayed alive for now.
Na'Vi, you know what? They're focused on Na'Vi
as well.
Yeah, they've spotted them, and that's who they're looking at, and they're not turning around.
No, as soon as they engage towards Na'Vi, you know that Mert and Sixmo will get involved into this. But Vitality could also be that 3rd team, so we're going to see. Here's that first shot. Mert now needs to find that perfect timing for himself. Again, Na'Vi, 0 to lose. The one point of this would be the Reciprocity probably don't want to peek that ridgeline, the one that they kind of pushed up to. This is the dangerous one. They've fallen back to save themselves from Na'Vi's position, but they fed themselves potentially into this trap.
2 different angles held. You're going to be holding your nerve for this one because you know that there's only 2 of you alive.
Vitality
again,
are going down.
This is it's questionable from both sides, right? Because if you make the play, you're also basically gatekeeping Rec out. If they turn and face on you and knock you out now, that's devastating.
Vitality could be the ones to turn and find them. They are
Navi's
swinging around. Exactly. Na'Vi have gone around the south a little bit. They found Krema, so they've gone down. Vitality are now down to very limited amounts. 2 players standing, and they're moving up towards Digital Athletics position. This is where it gets a little bit tense here. They might be forcing the hand of Digital Athletics, depending on how this goes. Na'Vi continue their stretch forward. Tornado still have 4 alive, keep in mind. These guys are going off. They've got themselves pretty safe here. Vitality looking like they are on the ropes. Jazz has gone and faced the music against Samsa. And now it's again Tornado just racking up points. Finally they fight. Oh no, it's gone so badly. Sixmo does nothing in this. He's gone down, but here comes Na'Vi. Shiv suffers because of it.
Shadow goes down, Tornado Energy find one, that's good. But Shiv did point out where DA was and he got an initial knock off them. If they could find that second one, it'd be absolutely huge. Pokemon finally hits the deck, another point going the way. It all comes down to Mert, last man standing for his team. What more damage can do? Scoom looks across, finds one, finds two, actually gets the initial follow-up. Excuse me, Pokemon finally Na'Vi. They have one player left. It's going to be Bestalog. He can do so much damage. He finds the face, but they can pick up this point. Tornado Energy, 10 kills in the back. They need this. This is huge for them to get them in the grand finals.
Incredible play from them. You've got to be looking now at Unity and Digital Athletics. Them staying alive this long is pretty big. 6mo's back up. Reciprocity needs to take them down. That's as simple as it is for them. If they want to jump up, this is the team that directly stands in their way. I don't think you're going to catch a Unity, your Tornado, anyone else at this point. You need to go off. You need to do exactly what Tornado Energy has been doing, and here it happens. Scoop's found 6mo, but where's the other player? There's still Mert alive. We know he's out there somewhere. Have they found him? Have they seen him? I don't know why we're looking at Tornado Energy, because that doesn't really matter right now. Let's get on board with the team who could potentially deny Reciprocity or hold on towards it.
Mert's already been knocked once. He doesn't have a stim on 75% HP. Regardless who sees him here, this could be so pivotal for the fact that they are literally 1 point ahead. So if he goes out now and Rex stay forward for the placement points, they'll jump into the grand finals above them.
Correct. That's why we want to see this. I know there might be fights elsewhere, but if this happens, that's big, but Unity are coming down. Unity are in the north. They're going to fight Haxeti. It's going to have to happen. There we go. Finally, we get onto the right one. Orange Snow spots him. That's a big warning sign for Rec. They need to get back up and just focus on how they want to deal with this. Mert spotted another player, just kind of taking the time, If he gets spotted, he needs to find that right timing to shoot. He can't stay here the whole time. Is he going for it? Is he going to pull the trigger on this? Have they?
I mean, there's 3 players there.
He
If he shoots as well, he gives his position away to Rec, and they'll just turn around and quite literally wreck him. There's 3 players there. Like, he needs, it's down to him. To keep them in the top 8, it all comes down to him.
Palms will be sweaty. His heart's probably beating so loud right now. Southeast is Tornadoes. That is theirs. Even if Samsa pushed up, you have We Need a Home still holding on. Unity in the north, and you do have 7 still standing. But the storyline, as you can see, is all about those standings, all about that top 8 position. Tornado Energy kind of helping out Reciprocity to a degree. Oh, the nade is so good from Sadovnik. Haxeti will be devastated by that. He's going to be so frustrated, I'm sure. And now here comes the pressure. Melman's turned up. This is bad news for Reciprocity. This could all be falling apart for them. Melman is delivering. And Unity up on top. You still have the Digital Athletics player somehow alive in this. And Tornado might be ruining their chances. Another nade comes out. Samsa goes down to Orange Snow. Raffi trying to fight back with the blues on his back. And he's got to move forward soon enough. And he knows it. They are in the Valley of Death. And in front of them is so many players. He wants the points. He gets them. The nade comes in from Regren. That's big. Raffi goes down. It's just Scoom standing for now. Oh, they've gone. That might be too little too late. I think they've just been pushed out.
He jumped him.
That's it. Mert staying alive, I'm pretty sure, has just put them in this one.
He's done it. He's literally done it by holding on for dear life on the edge. Pollard? What's going on? Shoot the man. Oh, this is insane. I can't believe it's actually just happened. I mean, they're on 62, but they'll get 3 for the placement at least.
It's placement now. That's the thing that's going to push them up. If Mert can just keep staying alive as well.
I don't even know what to say. Oh, this game is insane. Honestly, this is why I love it, because we come down to the final placement points, and that's all it literally comes down to.
And do you know what? Shout out to Tornado. Sure, they've destroyed a couple of hopes and dreams, but they played the game that you kind of wanted Reciprocity to play if you were on their side of things. They came out swinging. They've taken fights. They've got good positioning. They've been assertive. Unity have held their spot as well. That's big for them. And Mert might just be your MVP snake here.
You have to assume that the top 8 is all said and done. Nades up, though. We'll continue it through. Elite player gives away his position now to... Oh, he doesn't. Can't go for that one while he's healing. Recrent rips his face right off his shoulders. Job done. M19 out. But the story really has been Tornado Energy coming into this as 8th place and then grabbing a minimum of 12 kills before the placement side is just phenomenal.
Okay, let's keep eyes on that. Yeah, 66 points, 63 for Reciprocity. If they had placements, if they'd managed to move Mert, I bet when they watch this back, they're going to be heartbroken knowing what had happened. I'm pretty sure that's how this one unfolds now. We'll keep tabs on it, though. We still have 7 esports alive, Tornado and Unity. Unity of all 4. Tornado, I'm pretty sure, are 3 at this point.
So we'll spot them across. Buster just playing off the back lines. And hear that AUG kicking off from Compot. He'll be rocking the level 3 gear as well, so it's going to be difficult to take down. You have to be careful. Orange Snow looking through the mist here. Pre-smokes are going down, allow them to crawl forward. And again, this circle now just shrinks directly towards the middle. Everyone playing edge. They do have Batuling up front and center, so he can be a point of interest to these teams on the opposing side. I mean, for Tornado Energy, this would literally be the icing on the cake if they manage to win this one out. Grenades, Melman starts to open up because he knows the rest of Unity, they have to keep walking. He connects with one and he will try and follow up with a second as well. Compot just holding W. Don't walk in the fire, my man. Keep as much as you can. Se7en goes down.
Jumped. Good work from Unity there. But you can see no man's land. Currently, Unity hold the northern side of it, and Tornado Energy have the south, but Unity moved up first. They pushed further. It is a 3v3 as we speak. Oh, great shot from Zadovnik. I'd get set on fire, but it does not matter. Tornado Energy are being extinguished, it looks like, and indeed Unity confirm what was started earlier with a great game from themselves. Very well played out, but the main storyline for me is now that top 8, Rich.
6 contender teams have made it to the grand finals over your Pro League teams. What a statement that kind of shows and rings volumes for all these teams that are going to be moving into Phase 2. Tornado at the end, when it mattered most, they stepped up to the challenge and stepped up to the play and solidified themselves a spot in the grand finals.